I speak to Daria Bondarchuk, who is live for us in Moscow. Daria, it's been 1 year since Russia entered Syria. What does Russia believe that it's achieved there?
Well, Russia's involvement in the 5-year-long conflict has altered the course and helped the Syrian government army to gather its force and to start a counter-offensive. The Syrian government forces throughout the years have lost a lot of territory and a lot of blood and people on the ground. So Russian air campaign that helped Syrian army advance and regain some of the territory that it had lost, and also take some of the key cities in Syrian northern part of the country. Basically, Russia has helped the Syrian government to change the course of war. But Moscow initially, when it started the campaign, said that it needed to avert the threat of terrorism on the far frontiers before it comes to home territory, before it reaches Russian territory. And we have seen some of the terror attacks have been averted in Russia, and there have been reports about people trying to join Daesh and other extremist organizations. They have been arrested. So at from some point of view, Russia has achieved the goal that it had claimed. But on the other hand, of course, there have been losses. Russia lost its jets and people throughout its 5-month-long campaign, and after that as well. And of course, there have been some image losses as Russia has gone through a very tough period with Turkey over the downing of Russian military jet over skies in Syria, and just generally it is under very strong international criticism and pressure, and is at a very harsh period now with the US, with accusations flowing back and forth between the Kremlin and the White House, and the international community accuses Russia of backing the Damascus regime, which is continuing to bombard Aleppo, and is accused of using chemical weapons against civilians between 2014 and 2015.
As you say, we have seen this deteriorating relationship between the US and Russia. Where does this leave any hope of some sort of diplomatic solution between those two sides?
Well, where things stand currently, with the recent harsh rhetoric, which has increased in the recent week since the ceasefire has basically disintegrated, the US accused Russia of and the Syrian regime that it is supporting of breaking that truce. But Russia says that it was the US strike on the Syrian forces that wrecked the ceasefire arrangement. Russia also blames the US of not fulfilling the promises and its obligations under that ceasefire deal that was brokered on September 9 and came into force on September 12th, just to basically disintegrate in just a week. There are talks now and proposals to possibly reinstate, but these are very vague talks right now. The US was suggesting a week-long ceasefire, whereas Russia insists on a 48-hour humanitarian pause that would allow help, food and medicine to arrive to the residents of the city of Aleppo, which is caught up in fighting and that has intensified since last week. But at this point, with the rhetoric and mutual accusations, these potential the probability of resumption of talks on reinstating the ceasefire is under question.
Okay, Daria Bondarchuk there for us live in Moscow. Good to speak to you.